Watching the typical I'll fake it till I make it channel. Hello, this is Evolving with Etta, and on my channel, we talk about life and relationships. So if you're ready for something real,
So stay tuned.
to evolve is to live.
Hey, this is Evolving with Etta, and today is all about Memory Lane Monday. So, this was our very first and only to this date Royal Caribbean. This is the Oasis of the Sea. So, Miranda, this one is for you. Yes, here is my show and tell for Oasis of the Seas. Now, on my previous videos, I talked about how I have video recording on a disc. I have not gone to see if I could switch it over to a flash drive, but I'm sure I can. These are like Walgreens, Walmart, little disc things that we used to put photos on DVDs many moons ago. So this was 2011. Yes, this was such a wonderful time, such an amazing time. But first,
So we had the opportunity to attend an event that took place that was Heart and Soul, I believe was the name of the event. Nicole Ari Parker, I believe, received an award. Her husband, Boris Kojo, had presented the award to her. And it took place down at the Baltimore Harbor. And fortunately, my cousin at the time had tickets and had invited Howard and I to attend the event along with a few other couples. Vanessa A. Williams was also there to help Boris Kojo present that evening.
not the Vanessa Williams with the light eyes, but Vanessa A. Williams, maybe. Keisha and the Dada Man from New Jack City. Yeah, Keisha. I think that was her name in the movie. But it was so nice. We got to dress up, look real cute. I went and had my makeup and my hair done. That was a fun day. I used to go to this young lady named Carla. She was like my baby sister. We used to do shows, model and stuff together, and she opened up a salon, and I went to the salon and had my hair done and my makeup done. I mean, she really just gave me the works. So I walked around all day with pins in my hair, and it's still cute with my makeup on. It was hilarious. So yes, I took pictures. But yes, so I wanted to share that experience because that is something that we got to enjoy for 2011 as well. So, but to the Oasis. So, of course, as I said before, I love having our rooms decorated, whether it's a birthday or not, if it was just the bon voyage or whatever. I just love having our room decorated. So on this trip, we had the room decorated. I think we definitely went to Jamaica because we did the Dunn's River Falls. I didn't get photos with that because we were in the water, but I did get the photo that they had taken. Again, I probably have video footage, but not pictures. Only the one that they took of us. Actually, they did a video with our experiences. They told us a very inexpensive video, and we absolutely loved it. And then they took a photo once you got to a certain part of the falls. Very cool down there. I mean, like cold, especially if it's hot as it was and you get down in that water. Everyone had to have water shoes on. And the crazy thing about that, there was a couple that was a little behind us, and everybody had to kind of link arms as you're going through. And some points you could let go because they had an area where you could slide down water or walk across a bridge. How it slid. I walked across. Quite a few of us walked across this little walkway. Not a walkway, but it wasn't going down in the gully of the water. So as we were going up, because you had to go down, and then you went up the falls. So there was a couple that was going and holding hands. And then at one point, there were a lot of people in the middle that would just break in the line, weren't holding hands or anything like that, but just continuously just kept going. And I'm looking like, okay, honey, well, let's move up here so people that have black hands. So this gentleman, pretty tall guy, slid. I had water shoes on. They even had a store where you could stop and get them if you did not have water shoes on. He slid, and the lady that was with him kind of slid too, but he scraped his leg. We just saw blood. I said, okay, honey, come on. We went to the front. I held the instructor's hand. That's where we were, in the front. I said, because these people aren't locking hands. They are not bracing the line really tightly. And that's why folks are out here falling. I am not going to fall. So I don't have a lot of cushion and stuff covering bones and knees with this skin. Okay. So I went up to the instructor, held his hand, Howard held my hand, and whomever came behind him, because I'm going to tell you, the further up we went, the more people were letting go, like I guess needing to get a grip or whatever. I had my grip and I was fine. Did that, had a wonderful time going on the ride over, which is so funny because the tour guide, she was so nice and she was so hilarious. She gave us little stores and like little spots where she showed us. She's like, this is our local Walmart here, and this is the local store where we get this or get that. It was just, she had such a great sense of humor. It was, it was really fun getting to the excursion down, get into the Dunn's Falls. I had to get a picture with her because she was just nice, and I liked her, and that's just me. I just want to take pictures with everybody. So we enjoyed ourselves with the tour. So on our way back, well, when we arrived back to the port, there was performances. And of course, it's probably naturally set up because they were out there all day. And they had these tall guys on the stage. It was really a great place. I see why people want to constantly keep going back and just to enjoy the island, because the people were so, so nice. A lot of people that one of the couples that we were around told us that they just veered off on their own and had a cab driver just take them to experience the island and not on some tour that was given. After we hung out with the party and danced a little bit, we went up to have lunch. Now this was hilarious because I took a photo, and when we were having lunch, I took a photo of how high up we were. Our room was actually on the 11th floor. So I'm thinking the Lido was maybe 15 or 16. It just looked like we were in a building because, everything was just like not super far away, but you see the picture. Another location where we went to, is where they did the zip lining, was Labadee. Now that is where Royal had their private island. So we definitely enjoyed that. That's the island where I got to relax on the hammock. That was hilarious. I watched Miranda on her symphony cruise. She was getting on the hammock, and I'm gonna leave her. She did that on live, and she said, I can't believe I did that on live. She did that on her live. So I'm going to leave her live link in the description. So you'll see she was so excited to be on Symphony. She did a back-to-back. Her channel is called I Love Cruising Royal, but her name is actually Miranda. And She's a sweetheart. And she did getting onto the hammock on live. She said, I don't know if I'm going to do this on live. And she was telling people, guys, how do I, there was, I was trying to tell her, bend at the knees first, like you about to squat and all that stuff. And then getting off of it. She's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. She's like, I don't know if I decided why I should have done this live. She's so cute. So we actually, after the hammock, sitting around and all that stuff, and we spent plenty of time on the beach. It was really, really enjoyable. That was a very chill, restful day. And one thing about Royal, where you enter from, most like with Carnival, you enter from like the main deck, which is 5, I believe. So for Royal, I think the main deck was 5. That's where they had their parades. They had a Madagascar, which we were so excited about. They had a Madagascar parade where they had tons of cartoon characters, life-size costumes. But none of the activities like that were on the Lido. The only thing they did on the Lido were unless we just missed it, were like steel drums. You did get to hear some of that, but they weren't in the main area. You had to go kind of like to the side of the main Lido to sit and listen to the steel drums and all the Caribbean music playing. And it wasn't really a seating area. I mean, they were it's like a bench or something, but it wasn't like they wanted you to hang over there. They just were playing for the atmosphere. So that was weird to me, but that's again comparing, it to another cruise line. But yes, they had that huge party inside the ship on the main deck, and it was fun. It was colorful, it was bright, it was festive. They had the crazy one that's in charge, that's always talking about taking somebody's head off and killing somebody, whatever that character on Madagascar, the guy that's in charge, he's the king or whatever. So funny. We had a ball. Of course, we saw Poe from the Panda cartoons, the Kung Fu Panda. So yeah, they had a lot of characters in there. They had Shrek. We definitely had to hang out with Fiona. Nutty little pair we are, but there isn't many Disney cartoons that we have not seen. Howard and I will go by ourselves to the movies to see the cartoons. We don't need any kids, and I've heard a lot of people say they've taken the Disney cruise without children. It's an adult thing, so yeah, we enjoyed that parade. And we also got to see the show Hairspray on there. That was fabulous. And the Aqua show. I don't have any photos of that, but I have that on video. The Aqua. It's in the back of the ship. The back of any of the large Royal Caribbeans. It has a large opening. So there's like this crazy stage back there that opens up to a pool. And it's just so amazing. It's like a Cirque du Soleil. It's like going to see Cirque du Soleil in Vegas. If you've ever seen Cirque du Soleil or wherever, it's the Cirque du Soleil show. And the music is just so upbeat, energetic, and it's wonderful. It's so good. Oh, in the dining room, they did a napkin. It was Italian night. They did a napkin dance thing, like where you only saw probably 10 minutes or so of that, and that was the only night they had any type of dancing, performing going on in the main dining room. They also had 2 elegant nights because it was a 7-day. And the first elegant night, I did my dress and then slapped a little cute little long wig on, and I had fun with that. Anyway, like I said, I do 2 dramatic looks when, with those 7 days. I do two dramatic looks, and they were two totally different people. You'd have thought I was with somebody else, except for the fact that you're still a tall, brown skinned girl. So, yeah, she just must have, excuse me, she just must have switched some stuff up. So, which I did. So, of course, you know me, I have to see what the ship looks like. I have to take photos here and there and look at the really interesting things that I see in the actual on the actual ship. There was just like real shiny, silvery piles of like glitter colored rocks. They looked like pebbles, but they were life size. And I think that was at one of the nightclubs right on the outside. And then as you walk towards the casino, they had this weird red wall, red lacquered wall with all these like round buttons or something that's draped all up and down the walls. It was different. I just was like, well, here's a visual. I just like it was artwork. Of course, they have all the different crazy things that you can do. They had the zip lining on the ship, and then they have that wave thing. It's so wild and crazy. You have to sign waivers for those activities either before you get on the ship, because like certain things back then, before we got on the ship, we reserved these things and we signed waivers and everything for them before we even knew we were going to do the activity, which we didn't do any of them, but we still wanted to get it done before we weren't even able to get it done. So I don't know if I wasn't sure about not being able to do it on the ship, but I think I just wanted to get it out of the way in case it was something that we were doing. Just like the shows and things like that, we reserved that ahead of time. But I believe Miranda said you have to do it. You can't do it until you get on the ship now. So, I mean, Royal was a very fancy ship. It was huge. The Oasis is huge. And now I've heard they've already done renovations to that. I mean, that was 11 years ago. So, yeah. Okay, no. So, if there was anything that I left out while conversing, I will show them here. So that's it for Memory Lane Monday, and I hope you've enjoyed this trip down the road while I reminisce the fun that we've had in our travel journey. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
To evolve is to live.